there, my name is Eprynce and I welcome you once again to the Worship Leaders Digest. The Worship Leaders Digest is designed for everyone who desires to lead worship in a corporate setting, be it your church, be it conferences, and all whatnot. Alright, today we'll be talking about steps to becoming a worship leader. Now, before you go into a particular thing, you would need to ask yourself, what do I have to do to be able to succeed in this venture I am going into? Right. So this applies to becoming a worship leader. Number one, you need to find out if you are called to be a worship leader. If you're called to be a worship leader, remember, when we say worship leader, take worship out and then focus on the one leader. A leader is someone who is, in a layman's language, who is at the forefront and others follow. So you are leading worship and others are following you. So find out if you are called to become a worship leader. This is the simple question, the first simple question to ask yourself. But I don't think you need to answer it right now. Okay? I don't think you need to answer it right now. The fact that you're watching this is a good indication that you have something to do here. So I encourage you to sit tight. Let us run this through. Alright, still be aware that it may not be your purpose. Worship leading is not for everyone. It's not for everyone. That's why you should find out if you're called. Now, the best way forward is to knock on the door. Knock on the door. God and perhaps people around you will make it clear if this is not your calling. God and maybe people around you will make it clear if this is not your calling. Then if it's not, no worries. If it's not, no worries. God has something better for you. Then number two, build your skills. Build your skills. So let's assume you're called to lead worship. Where do you start? Where do you start? Okay, it may seem obvious, but you need to become proficient in your probably vocal ability or playing the instrument, assuming you are the type that sing and play the guitar. But if you're not, you need to be proficient in your vocal ability. Now, nothing takes your skill like leading a group of people in worship. Imagine if, let's say you've been singing in your bathroom, and on this day, maybe your pastor lives around where you live, and he hears you sing every time. And then on this day he calls you, Brother Solomon, on Sunday you're going to lead us in praise and worship. Okay? Because I've been hearing you sing. Now, this is a different setting. You're going to stand in the presence of a large congregation. And trust me, this is going to test your ability. It's going to test your confidence and everything you have. Okay, luckily, God doesn't require musical mastery before we start leading worship. I'll say that again. God does not require mastery of musical instruments before we start leading worship. But He does want us to take our craft seriously. Psalm 33 verse 3 says, "Sing to Him a new song, play skillfully with a shout of joy." So that means that you should take your craft seriously. Okay, here are there are a few effective ways to get ready to start leading worship. at your church. Get some instruction, hang out with worship leaders. Now, one of the best ways to pick the things, to pick up at the things you want to do, is to hang out with those who have been there, those who are there, who are doing it already. All right, so that you get some instruction, get some coaching, and watch them do what they do, especially those you know that do it well, that deliver it well. So take advantage of every opportunity around them, jam with them, hang out with them, attend worship concerts and all that. Then study the masters. Find a song you love by a known artist. Find a song you love by a known artist. Dedicate your time, dedicate yourself, learn it, and learn how. Now, talking about this, I remember when I was in the university, I so much patterned my singing after Dr. Ron Kinoli. Okay, I remember at a point someone actually told me that you sound like Ron Kinoli, because I could, if I listen to 10 songs, Dr. Ron Kinoli's songs would be 9. So I could sing. If I would use this word, I made him my mentor. So find someone, a song you know you like by a known artist, and learn it. From there, you begin to pick up. Then practice. The more comfortable you are with your voice, instrument, and songs, the more freedom you're going to have when you lead worship. So keep on practicing. Then number 3 point, put yourself under authority. As a worship leader, you are under the authority of who? The senior pastor. Probably your youth pastor and other worship leaders who are ranked higher than you in probably your local church. Then accept their leadership. You can't function well under someone who you don't accept his or her leadership. So you have to be under authority. With this attitude in heart, when you approach people in charge for a particular thing and say you're willing to help with something, you will gain acceptance. So it's important you put yourself under authority. Sometimes actually what God does is that God puts us in some positions that are seemingly not exalted, so that He will be able to test you. What will you do if He gets you to that position that you want to get to? Okay, would you humble yourself in the seemingly not exalted position? He wants to test what you would do if exalted, or when exalted, because you're actually going to be promoted. All right, so put yourself under authority. Then number 4, speaking of lowly positions, be faithful in small things. Some people would not want to go to lead worship in naming ceremony, cell groups, children department. They say, come and help us to coordinate the worship and praise and worship leading in children church. And you'll be like, I'm not in the children department, so why would I go there? But when you put yourself under authority and take up every task you're given, sometimes these things are given to us to test what we can do, what we will do. All right, to test our humility. And also these things, most of them are learning grounds. Okay, I remember when I was in school, I remember the very first place I sang. It was in a church in a remote area where I had to stumble on that opportunity, and I took it, and before you knew it, I kept doing it. I kept growing, and I kept doing it. So you have to accept whatever position you're given, whatever small group, small gathering you're given to do, whatever you're asked to do. Okay, as the leaders see your dedication, they will keep moving you up. Now you have you've led worship in cell groups where some people will call where 2 or 3 are gathered. You lead worship in cell groups. From there, you come to naming ceremony where family and friends and extended family, now you're having a larger crowd. From there, you come to midweek service, you're having a larger crowd. It's about growth. What do you do in the process of growth, in this process of growth? All right. So number 5, seek opportunities to lead worship. Seek opportunities to lead worship. You may come from a church with an established worship team. Perhaps there's no room for you. You're in a church where there's we have 15,000 members, and the choir may even be 1,000 or over 1,000. So when you get to that kind of place, you think the first thing that hits you is, how am I going to find my place in this large crowd? Okay, so but it's not a problem. What about the children ministry? Like I mentioned, what about the cell group? What about the other places? Okay, so you need to seek opportunity to lead in these other places. Then be reliable and available. 99% of becoming a worship leader is being available. If you are the best and you're not available, you will not be given the opportunity. So be available. All right, be reliable when you're called to do to do whatever you're called for. Be there, show up in time, and do all the things you're asked to do promptly. All right, and this is it in this episode. And as I come your way next time, I want to urge you to kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the notification button, turn on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to see our videos whenever we upload. All right, as I come your way next time, remain in the atmosphere of worship. Please remember to share your comments with us and your questions, and share this video with your friends and family. God bless you.